think we're all nearly here. All right, 18. Well, it looks about everybody. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that was a useful, albeit brief conversation. I want to stress that is the start of a discussion, hopefully, and hopefully it was stimulating enough for you to want to carry on in some way. Very briefly, we're obviously running out of time, but if each of the facilitators would like to just briefly give one perhaps key point from their discussion, just to give us a flavour of that, that would be really helpful. Graham, first.
Okay, our group has some very wide-ranging discussions, which is really good. Thank you. One of the main messages was around there's obviously an awful lot going on, and if we can find some way of bringing all that together, so that if, particularly for older young people, if they're looking to get involved with something, maybe it's through more voluntary side of things, not necessarily through schools, but through other sort of youth age groups, they can find a way towards the things which are out there. So that was one of the main things: access and clean information. Lovely, thank you very much. Kate?
Yeah, lots of things discussed, but I'll pick out one thing that I think was quite interesting. We had the idea of having role models, young people as role models. So each organisation will have one or two or more young people in there that they're working with, that they think they will be really good role models for other children to be able to see and be inspired by. So we were kind of thinking that could be a really good thing to use in the campaign, get them involved.
Lovely idea, thank you very much. Isabel?
Yep, also lots of great discussions. 2 points that we raised were that we hoped and expected that the campaign would make us stronger through collaboration between so many different organisations doing already lots of great stuff, and wanting to do different things and being stronger in that. And then the other thing that we mentioned is that we really hope that it will address equity issues, access to nature issues, so removing barriers and improving access for all children and young people to access nature in Norfolk.
Thank you again, very, very pertinent points. Thank you very much. Louise?
Yes, similar we discussed that all coming together as one, sort of under one umbrella, would make it more accessible for people to know where to look and find out information. But also we touched on, we talked about schools for a bit, but we also talked about the fact that often you have to get adults engaged as well to be able to get the children engaged and to make everybody aware of the benefits of being outside and connected with nature. So it might be that we, even though we're you know, the campaign is for children and young people's involvement, there'd be an element of getting adults involved as well.
Yeah, great point. Thank you very much. And finally, last but not least, Amy.
Yeah, we had a really good conversation actually about the reducing climate anxiety as one of our hopes and expectations for nature connectedness. It's something that a lot of us are seeing more of in young people, that they are understandably very anxious about the climate emergency. And Paola said a very key phrase, which I thought was active hope, and instilling that in our young people, but also to recognise that this is going to be a very long-term in terms of the impact that we're going to see on young people. We might not see it immediately, so this campaign isn't going to see instantaneous results, but we might see the results 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and we've got to be prepared for that.
Fabulous, thank you. Really, really important points I think you've all made, and all very pertinent, I think, to taking things forward. We're running up to 5:30, so I'll keep this brief. I've put my email address in the chat. I'm conscious that some people here didn't actually register today. It's not a problem, but if you want to contact me so that I can send you the up-to-date slides, because they did change a little bit from the ones that we saw, and obviously also give you access to a recording of the session, please get in touch. I will be circulating that round to everyone who's registered, and also asking for interest in the next stage, which is really where do we go from here. I did flag up at the beginning that maybe we should aim for a sort of more formal or fuller launch of a campaign in September maybe, which gives us a couple of months really to flesh out some of the things we've been talking about this afternoon in a way that actually comes across convincingly, I suppose, as we've got our act together and we're thinking about what we want to do and we've thought through the implications of it, etc., etc. So I'd be really keen to hear from you if you're interested in participating in that next stage. as I said at the beginning, really, it's very much the start of a conversation, very much the start of the discussion. And thank you very much for your participation today. Thank you very much to those who contributed presentations. They were all fantastic, and there's a lot of background discussion and work that went into those. Unfortunately, the technical problems meant we couldn't see them in all their glory, perhaps. But when you get the recording and the links, etc., that should be made possible. I think that's it, really. It would have been nice for you to have seen me, perhaps, in all my summer glory, but never mind. Another day, when I get a new camera, maybe. Enjoy the rest of your summer solstice, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll be in touch with you as well. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.